What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. The PTS patch notes have just been released, version 9.3.4, and they've just made a massive change to one of the mythics. So we'll just go down. There's not much else with the patch notes, so I'll just go straight to the main point. The Talk of the Last Aelid King. So that's now been changed. The set now grants 1,337 weapon and spell damage and 500 health and magicka and stamina recovery, and reduces your damage taken by 15, rather than increasing your damage and your healing done by 20% and reducing your damage taken by 20%. Fixed an issue where this set was missing a default enchantment. The default enchantment is now multi-effect, and the trait is now triune. So what does that mean? That means now it's been buffed, basically. So instead of it having a flat percentage value, it's now been actually given like numbers as such, and you're going to get loads of bonus health, magicka and stamina recovery. So it's just going to be more like a mythic you can just sort of chuck on and go, rather than building loads of sets into it. So it's more for people who are not interested with sets and just want to chuck something on and play the game and do questing. That's what it's for. And this is confirmed in the developer comments. So we've adjusted this set to now off of just flat values. The original percentage based values were generally weaker in most situations, so it should be a lot stronger. And losing a ton of flat stats from other sets meant the percentage increase had less numbers to work with. So they've adjusted it to be more universally usable by builds. So it's so it feels less spread out at what the set is intended to help with. With the new bonuses, we hope this mythic acts as a simple one and done equip and forget item that enables simpler solo play for those who are not interested in deck building aspect to itemization. So that basically means, yeah, it's just a mythic that someone can just chuck on and forget about picking up other sets and making combinations. So it's just a sort of very basic thing for very general sort of players, and that's what I think the goal of that mythic is. So I think it's a good change. It's going to make the mythic a little bit more viable. Like I said, it's a buff. It's definitely a buff. But whether it's going to be incorporated in actual builds and other stuff and sort of like main play, I don't think so. It's going to be more for just a general player who just wants to grab a mythic, put it on and go questing. And I think that's what it's for. Like I said in the previous video, it might be for dueling or something, where it's sort of a fair fight as such, or more a fairer fight, should I say. But I think it's more just for that. Like they said, they've put as a simple one and done, equip and forget about item sets. So it's definitely a positive change, but we'll just have to see how it actually pans out and if it is become a viable mythic. I don't think it's going to be anything anyone's really going to equip, apart from very basic players who just want to experience the game, go questing and not worry about gear. And because it can get very complicated and it can distract you from the actual stories that people like to enjoy, and obviously worrying about items all the time. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good change. And I think that's pretty much the only major change. Just a couple of little adjustments here and there. I don't think there's anything much else. That is the main sort of takeaway point from the actual patch notes. It's just a very small patch notes. I've just fixed a few issues. But yeah, that is a massive change. Hopefully, like I said, it is a positive one for the mythic, so hopefully it will be good. So let me know in the comments if anyone's going to be using it. I still don't think I'm going to be using it, but I said it for the casual, player who just wants to play the game. It could be a very useful mythic now, so it could be worth farming. So if someone buys the new chapter and they just want to experience the story, get the mythic, job done. But I said there's still better ways of doing it rather than farming for a mythic, but that remains to be seen. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments, and just drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've also got a membership thing set up with some perks. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.